What's going on YouTube? So yesterday I had a guy ask me a question. There's a good question. He said, was my God maximally great before creation? Now this is a very good question, so I need you guys to pay attention. God exists timelessly without creation. A lot of people don't know this. He has a timeless intention to create the universe and to fulfill the obligations associated with his essential nature, but some are not required to be met until time begins. Also, we know an eternal universe worldview such as STE cannot be true due to infinite regress and other issues. Thus, it is illogical to even ask who was God before time begins, because technically there is no before. So his follow-up question was a little bit better and it made a little bit more sense. He said, was your God maximally great as he sat in his timeless state? Now, he continued on and he said, if the conditions in the cause are met, the effect necessarily follows. And if the universe is a requirement of God's nature, which I made the argument for, then the conditions would have always been met. How then was God maximally great as he sat in his timeless state unless the universe were eternal? And he pressed me on this and he wanted to know. So here is the actual answer to this question. When we talk about being maximally great, what we're referring to is God being the GCB, or the greatest conceivable being. The definition of this, however, is actually the GPB, which stands for the greatest possible being. So to answer this question, we need to talk about what the GPB must necessarily be prior to creation. Now, one must remember, in God's pre-creation state, obviously he hasn't created anything at all yet. So it is maximally great to have the intention to act until you actually do act. One could not imagine a being greater than the theistic essentialist God in a pre-creation state. Thus, we can determine God is in fact maximally great and the GPB prior to creation. Now, here's a side note that you guys got to know about. Only a free agent can account for the origin of a temporal effect from a timeless cause. If the cause of the universe were an impersonal, mechanically operating cause, then the cause could never exist without the effect. For if the sufficient condition of the effect is given, then the effect must be given as well. The only way for the cause to be timeless, but for its effect to be given in time, is for the cause to be a personal agent who freely chooses to create the effect in time without any antecedent determining conditions. So, the God of theistic essentialism is the GPB, or the greatest possible being, prior to creation. To refute this, someone would have to think of a God that is greater in a timeless pre-creation state than the God which I am describing. Now, logically, this is impossible. So that's the answer to the question, man. I'll see you guys soon. I'm the Atheist Killer. Don't forget to check out Theistic Essentialism online. And until next time, baby, stay safe. I'm out of here, bro. Peace.